See,
permanent alternate
that's the
color.
other thing. Like people, they'll do this fire jersey, and then we don't see it again, which I think is.
OKC. OKC Thunder.
Are you okay,
Don't be
TJ?
afraid to brand yourselves. Don't be scared of a brand identity.
Moving on, we are at the Chicago Bulls city jersey. It gives me some Art Deco vibe, which I'm a big fan of the Art Deco, and I like how it's not a stroke around it. They just made it 3D with the red in the background. So I get, and I feel like they really committed with this.
I feel very, very strongly about this jersey, and I'm in favor. I think it's a really awesome look. The way that they committed to the aesthetic of the design and the design choices. The red outline, I was a little bit unsure of at first, but seeing it, how they utilized it, I think it's going to work. I'd need to see if they like keep the numbers the same on the back and how they do the name on the back, because I'm sure it's going to be just gold. But what font did they use? That could make or break and move it down a little bit for me. But the side panels work really well for me. And if they do anything like that on the court, that's going to look great. And it feels very that era that they were going for, that time in history. And it honors it. It honors the things that they were trying to do for the city of Chicago and the designing of the city and all that stuff. It feels like a way you can get behind, like a movement. It's the way that they rebuilt after, a fire, the way that the city had to come together to make themselves what they are is really like getting behind the team right now. They are a storied history team that's kind of fallen down a little bit. And now it's time for a new era. I think this is a cool way to usher that in, even more so than they've been doing. And I'm excited to see what this has when it's on the court, or when we see the court. I'm excited to see what it has. But I think it's a really cool look and a unique thing that I haven't seen done before.
Cleveland has decided to do a creative thing and take letters from Hall of Fame rock and roll acts and put it all on their jersey, all in to just spell out Cleveland. Kind of ransom note chic, I think is what they're going for here. It initially, for some reason, it vibes with me initially better than Brooklyn's did. I am curious now that I think about it, if Brooklyn were spelled out, maybe I'd be a little bit more positive on that one. Because at least, Cleveland. So I get what they're trying to do. I don't hate it. It's very interesting. And I'm not too sure people would know what they were doing unless they explained it. TJ, what are your thoughts on Cleveland?
Yeah, I'm with you on a lot of what you just said, because Cleveland has this really cool conceptual idea that they're trying to do here with honoring the Hall of Fame, which is in town, and then also, all of these different bands and these rock legends. I think that that's a really cool idea, and using the different, letters from their logos, I think that's a really cool idea, but it seems like that's the start of an idea. And then the rest of the uniform is even more, arguably more simplistic than their regular uniforms. They have on the shorts, if you've seen them for this uniform, they have like stickers that are going to be on the shorts, or they're supposed to look like stickers for like a guitar case, which cool. I like that, but that's it. There's nothing down the sides of the jerseys. There's nothing else on the front. It's just plain black. And the number font is cool, I guess. The name on the back and numbers are just the same. You have that, long live rock on the bottom of the jersey. That's from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame building. So it's like there's such a cool concept there. And you mentioned Brooklyn. You brought up Brooklyn, and I may have been a bit harsh on Brooklyn. It's fine. There's maybe I think my biggest gripe is the BKLYN thing that I don't like, but this this Cleveland uniform, I'll have to see what court they use, and I'll have to see the full uniform on the court. But I think at the end of the day, we're going to look at it and be like, that's really, really, really simple when they could have done something really cool.
To the Detroit Pistons. So there are a lot of teams that like went super conceptual and it missed the mark. And then, so it's like, do you go, how do you go hard in the paint for this while at the same time making something that actually hits the mark? But so it's not like I look at them and I'm like, I hate them. I just look at them and go, okay, I guess.
So I might be able to help you a little bit. In my research, I found that the idea behind the logo on the chest was that it's supposed to be reminiscent of old car company logos that were on the front of cars. Sure. Why not? Because, Motor City, cars. If you look at one of the other designs, there's one with Blake sitting there, and you can see the shorts. It's on the other link you sent me, but the way that the design down the sides and the way they kind of goes out at the bottom of the shorts is supposed to be reminiscent of or depicting like roadways, kind of like the way a road off to the. I like that. That's my favorite part of this uniform. The rest of it is it feels like just kind of a missed opportunity. You were going for something really cool. The video you played to advertise it is really cool, and it's just kind of there. Like I would have liked to see something a little bit more like you're going for those old school car logos, right? The things that are on the front of the cars, the car brands. Why not commit to that? A lot of those were like silver. Maybe do a gray jersey, but do it well. Maybe create an icon for the center of your jersey, like an alternate logo for this. You kind of already did. So like, why not commit and like do something cool? To me, it just seems like something that either got caught up in a bunch of people trying to get their voices heard in a design room, some execs who wanted a say, and they're like, well, we can't do something too artsy. No one will buy it. I like it better when it's just plain words. Can we put Detroit, Michigan at the bottom? I think that it feels kind of like that to me. And like I said, it just feels a little bit like a missed opportunity.
Speaking of, taking the easy way out, Indiana, they were just like, listen, we don't want to mess up. So let's just do a throwback.
Half the teams are doing classic editions, which are throwbacks to a different era, which is what this is. So why in the heck is this their city jersey? Obviously, this isn't a bad look because, well, it's an old uniform. I wish that they'd have done something like even as much effort as Golden State did with switching Warriors to Oakland to honor the city they're in or something.
Now, the Heat have a couple of things that people are claiming are going to be theirs. They're going to stick with the Miami Vice theme, which I think is smart. Honestly, I would just keep the same Miami Heat, the Miami Vice, ones they've been using. But this one has more like a gradient type feel to it. Like it goes from pink to blue, like from side to side. I don't think I'm as big a fan of that one.
So I have some strong feelings about the Heat in general. And I'm going to get on my soapbox here for like just a hot second. And I'm just going to say my mind, say what's on my mind. Vice should be the only thing you're doing from a jersey scheme, full stop. You have your black Vice uniforms where you can do like kind of the pink and the blue. Like they've done a black, they've done a white, they've done a blue, and they've done a pink. So that right there is 4 kits. So you have a home, a road, you have your city, you have your statement or your association, whatever they want to call it. Great. But we can have fun with this because do you want to know what they could do instead of their white uniform? Bring out the white hot. Tie that to the old stuff. You're keeping that part of your legacy. And then every so often, do a throwback to like your championship era with bringing back the old colors, and they'll be retro. But the fans are loving the Vice stuff. If you look at the city of Miami right now, with the exception of maybe a couple of the lesser or smaller teams, but then also the Heat, every professional sports team down there has a Vice style look. the Marlins, the new FC Miami Flamingo logo that's down there. There's a movement towards this, and you keep bringing it out. The fans are buying it. The court looks great. It looks awesome. Commit to it full time. Keep the white hot, and then throw back to the LeBron James era and the D Wade era with some special edition jerseys as your city editions every once in a while. But this needs to happen. The fact that it hasn't is baffling to me. I don't like the old or current color scheme at all. They can go away. You have something brilliant at your fingertips. Just do it. Now, off my soapbox to talk about these. Pink to blue with the fading colors going blue to pink on the Miami word. This one isn't for me. I can see them doing it because someone's going to buy it. For someone, that's their stuff right there. Like, that's what they're about, but that's not me.
I did not expect you to come on here talking about, you know what, just take your whole color scheme and just throw it over there.
Throw it away.
Do this. Miami Vice. That's, I mean, I agree though. The Miami Vice, just the whole branding of that
just embrace it. Just embrace it.
It makes
Everyone
sense.
else has.
It makes so much sense.
Hashtag trust your new colors.
Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when the rest of the parts come out. Like, we're going to tackle all these uniforms. In the comment section down below, let us know, out of these uniforms, which one was your favorite? What did we get right? What did we get wrong? And we will see you in the next episode. And remember, as you go along in life, teach as you learn and inspire as you do. See you next time.